Hello people, welcome to my channel Physio Guide by Divya. Today I am going to teach about an interesting topic about radial nerve. Radial nerve, it is the thickest branch of the brachial plexus and it continuation of the posterior cord of the brachial plexus. I'll show the root value ventral rami of from the right brachial plexus C5, C6, C7, C8, T1 segments of the radial nerve. In shortcut, the root values, what are the course, what is the course in shortcut means, it supplies all three heads of the triceps. See, from this here, all three heads of the triceps, anconeus, here anconeus, and here brachialis, brachioradialis, extensor carpi radialis longus, extensor carpi radialis brevis, and supinator muscle, supinator muscles through the posterior interosseous nerve, and it supplies remaining extensor muscles of forearm and the abductor pollicis longus muscle. In short, we can say radial nerve passes by these all. Okay. Now, what is the course? I have explained from the textbook only, from the anatomy textbook detail. With if once you will read this, you will understand this topic clearly. Course from the posterior wall of the axilla, from the posterior wall of the axilla. See, from the posterior wall of the axilla, where subscapularis, teres major, and latissimus dorsi. From there it will come, and it then lies in the. This is a triangle. See, this is a triangular space between the teres major, latissimus dorsi, and the long head of the triceps, and the shaft of the humerus. Here it forms a triangle like. From the posterior wall, axilla, it starts and it enters into the triangular space, and next it enters into the radial sulcus. Okay. Now, in this axilla, it two muscular, it means in two muscles it emerges, and one cutaneous branch. It has two muscular branch and one cutaneous branch. Now it enters into the radial sulcus. Where it lies between. Again, it enters into the radial sulcus. It lies between the long and the medial head of the triceps. This is the long and the medial head of the triceps, medial and the profunda brachii muscles. Next, it then leaves the sulcus, and by piercing the lateral intermuscular septum. So in this radial sulcus, it forms three muscular branch and the two cutaneous branch. Next, front of arm. In the front of arm, we'll see. Next, after that, cubital fossa. In front of arm, it descends on the lower lateral side of the front of arm, between the front of arm. This is the back of arm. See, this is the front of arm. Here, back front in brachialis. Between it emerges, it descends on the lower lateral side of the front of arm in brachialis medial side, and brachioradialis. This is a brachioradialis with extensor carpi radialis longus on the lateral side. Okay, it emerges on the front side. Next, it enters into the cubital fossa. Now the nerve enters into the cubital fossa on the lateral side of the cubital fossa and divides into superficial and deep, where the deep supplies the extensor carpi radialis brevis, and the supinator muscles. Okay. Now on the front of the forearm muscles. Now for forearm muscles, lateral side with radial vessels in upper two-third reach posterior lateral aspect of the. It reaches the posterior lateral side of the forearm. Next, in the wrist and the dorsum of the hand. Superficial branch descends till anatomical snuff box to reach the dorsum of the hand, and it supplies skin of lateral half of the dorsum of hand. Lateral. This is the medial side. This is the lateral half of the dorsum of hand of 1/2 half of digits till interphalangeal joint in the lateral side. Now, I hope you understood this topic. In next video, I'll explain clearly clinical features and physiotherapy management of this radial nerve. Okay.